Hi there, my name is James, and today I'm going to be discussing chapter 2.4, which deals with limits. And first of all, before we get to limits, we have to know what a limit is. A limit is a function, and what is a function? A function is basically a line or that passes the vertical line test. So this would be considered a function. It passes the vertical line test because it touches the x-axis or the x points only once. Something that would not be considered a function, or a line that would not be considered a function, is this. Because it touches the x-axis twice, or the points around the x values twice. So now that we know what a function is, let's go back to discussing limits. A limit formula or value would be like this. Limit f of x as x approaches, we'll say c. C is the variable. Now, or you could place it as x of x approaching 1. Now, what does this mean? Like, what is a limit specifically? A limit is a value, or x is the value of the function. We say we have a graph and we're trying to find the limit of x approaches 3 f of x, and that's all we have. We have to go to the graph first and figure out where x is, and we see x is right here, and you have the point of 4, which would be 3, 4. And to figure out exactly what the limit is for this, we would have to first figure out what the limit is coming from the left and coming from the right. Most of the times your graph will have lines coming from either side. So now we have our graph. We're going to figure out what the limit of x as it approaches 3 is. We're going to figure out what it is coming from the left side first. Limit of f of x as x approaches 3 from the left. Okay, as we see, I just added this little negative sign behind the 3. The negative sign is a subscript. Subscripts are usually given after, and they determine which side of the limit you're going to come from. So we're going to look at the left side first. We see as x approaches 3 from the left, it gets close to the value of y equals 4, but doesn't actually touch that point. Now, this could be 4.0, 3.99, or 4.01. But we're going to use 4 because that's where we see the value is, at y equals 4. And we're going to find the limit coming from the right also. So limit f of x as x approaches 3 from the right is going to equal, to find out what it equals, we're going to look at the graph and see as x approaches 3 from the right, is gonna also come close, but doesn't touch, or is not the value of actually 4, but is the point. So we see that limit f of x as it approaches 3 from the right is 4. Meaning that the limit f of x as x approaches 3 equals 4 and does exist. Or we could specify this using rule as x approaches 4 as 4 approaches 3 from the left, or x approaches 4 as 4 approach 3 from the right.